Hello and welcome to the 2020 Winter NAMM show in the Boutique Guitar Showcase. And we are with just a wonderful human being, Mr. Leo Buendia. And Leo has just delivered the most sensational classical guitar to us. And I just want to quick, before we start talking about these instruments, that classical you built, just mind-blowing. The first classical we've ever commissioned,
Yes.
and it just totally mind-blowing. How was that process of building that?
Well, that process was amazing. As you know, we talked to the client. The client had some input in the build process. We changed and some. I don't know if you remember, but the person who commissioned this guitar, he wanted cutaway.
Yeah.
He wanted something like that.
Oh yeah, I do, yeah.
And with this, I said, oh well, you know, we can do something more traditional, more
Yeah.
classical. I mean, I felt that making a cutaway on a classical guitar will take us to something more crossover.
Yeah.
And I always been very traditional with classical guitars, so I felt like
You did the right thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's a beautiful thing about commissioning, you know, a bespoke instrument that we all work together.
Yeah.
And the customer might have, and he's a great player. He might, oh, I want this in my head. I want this, but when the luthier yourself was like, actually, I think that this is going to be better. It's going to enhance your playing here, here, and here, and this is what the guitar is going to be able to do. He just sat back and went, whatever you say, I'm going to do.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the fact that when a classical guitar player has a different technique than a steel string guitar player, so they are very used to reach the high notes
Yeah.
without having a cutaway.
Yeah.
And without compromising any air mass inside the guitar anyway.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing that it was, at least for me, was a great thing that aesthetically he let me do whatever. He said, oh Leo, just
The absolute joy.
do your
Okay,
thing."
great, great.
And I said, okay, in that case, I mean, he agreed to not doing the cutaway. He agreed to do whatever you want regarding aesthetics.
Yeah.
He said, okay, I'm gonna make the guitar that I always dream for myself.
Oh well,
Yeah.
and you can when I first held that instrument, I could see that it was something that was a real passion project for
Yeah,
you.
it was a little passionate. And honestly, I have to admit that it took me more time than I expect. But I was very careful. I was working on my own guitar in my heart.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't think any player or customer could ever want any more from a luthier other than the luthier thinking, I'm building something that's for me,
Yeah,
even if
yeah.
it wasn't for you.
This is a little bit same like we were talking yesterday. In my case, I'm not looking for efficiency. I'm not looking for making more guitars every year. My only goal is every guitar making a better guitar. So spend the time that I have to spend. No big deal. I mean, I'm lucky enough. Honestly, I'm lucky enough that I am in a level of in the market that my guitars are not cheap, honestly. But that is allowing me to take all the time that I have to or I need to create the maximum craftsman level.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And you can see that. You can actually see that.
Maximum possible for me.
Yeah,
I'm
well-
not saying the maximum.
No, and I
You
think
know.
that absolutely. No, I totally understand what you're saying, and enabling you to have that freedom, and also because you're not necessarily on I've got to do X amount per year. You've given yourself that freedom of creativity to make sure that what you make is the best it can be.
Well, freedom of creativity is something that for all we luthiers, we don't make. I mean, for other luthiers, that for them is more like over and over, more or less the same guitar. Maybe it's more about efficiency, but for people who create more artistic guitars, like the boutique guitars, it's a big deal to have the opportunity. Honestly, when I get an email or when I get a green light to do whatever I want to do, it's the best thing that it ever happened to me, because it's like you can do whatever you want. You do your thing. I mean, I know your aesthetic. I know that whatever you do or whatever you will make is gonna like me. So that freedom is something very special, and it feels like when you are not control on what you have to do, it feels like you are making your own instrument. You know?
Beautifully put.
I don't know.
Beautifully put.
That's my way to see it. This is,
So tell us what you've got. Talking of creative freedom, the rosette on this, and when you told me what it was, I was like, what? I mean, this is incredible. So just tell us about what you're exhibiting at the show.
Well, this guitar is kind of special. After 5 years, I left Irving's shop because, to say the truth, I already have 2 guitars to exhibit at this at the NAMM show. 2 different clients. One of them, I talked to one of them. He said, "Yeah, sure, you can exhibit it, no problem." The other one, he said, "You know what? I don't feel so comfortable. I'm flying from far, far away to pick it up, and something happened with the guitar. We won't be able to fix it." So I totally understand, no problem. So I said, "Okay." So I took a look to my waiting list and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna make 3 guitars for the show. One for the client to pick up, the other one is gonna go out after the show. And I'm gonna continue with the following one to be able to exhibit at the show." But later I said, well, it has passed more than 5 years. I never built a guitar for myself, something that I enjoy, something that I pick the woods, I pick the ornamentation, I mean all the decoration. So what I said, okay, I'm gonna make a guitar for myself.
Okay, there's a theme here.
I talked to my wife and said, "You know what? I'm gonna make a guitar for myself for first time in my whole career."
Wow.
And I made it. So
let's have a look at it, because that is.
And there's one more thing about this guitar that I'll tell you while I'm explaining what is the woods and decorations. For starters, this is Adirondack top, a red spruce, with ebony bridge, ebony fingerboard, and Koa back and sides. It's a beautiful Koa back and sides.
Wow.
Probably people in this field are familiar with Adam Stark. He does all the finishing on my guitars. Yeah. And I say, "Adam, you know what?
Great guy.
Yeah, wonderful guy." So I said, "You know what, Adam? I really would like something. The Koa is nice. The color is gonna be goldish, just what I like. But why you don't do some burst?" But I said, they say like, I'm looking for people say about my work, like I do your thing. I said, "Adam, you do your thing. I want something burst, and you do your thing." So he delivered this. He sent me pictures in the process, and I was like blown away. So he did this amber burst all around the guitar. So as you can see here, it's lighter and a little bit darker. And he did the same effect on the neck, like darker on the heel, and darker on the volute, but lighter in the middle of the neck. Well, I'm using Goro's tuning machines, and something that I did before on one of my actually the trim mahogany guitar I delivered to you guys a couple years ago at the Berlin show. Yeah. I did a green purfling.
Yeah.
I like how the green purfling with like a goldish color.
Yeah, it makes it really pop.
Make it pops, make it like a glow a little bit. Yeah. And also on this guitar, something that I never done before was the engraft. I mean, all the decorations. It's this is like a mosquito screen. I mean, I was talking to Isaac about this, and he said, "You shouldn't call it mosquito screen because it doesn't sound good. You should call it the hologram or something more interesting." So
there's a marketer right there.
Let's call it hologram, but it actually
looks like a hologram though.
It is actually a mosquito screen submerged in resin epoxy. Yeah. And because when you cramp the mosquito mesh, it stays in the same shape. Yeah. It creates this three-dimensional effect. I think it's fantastic.
And I love the fact you've got that as your engraft, but also as your rosette.
I match it with the rosette, I bound the sanjo, and I match it with the triangle on the
It's sensational.
So I did some position markers in Koa. And I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it.
Okay, you sure?
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. So this is gonna be. This is what I wanted to tell you. When I was voicing, I mean, most of the time when I voice the guitars, they're 100% of the time clients' guitars. So I know that. I mean, I twist depending on the client. I twist a little bit the sound of the guitar depending on the client taste. Let me hang this.
That burst is insane.
But I never go farther on the voicing because they're expecting something, and I try to deliver what they are expecting. But in this case, because it wasn't a client guitar, I say, okay, now it's time to experiment a little bit. So what I did, I lowered the frequency in the voicing, and my top of my back about 1 tone, 2 semitones. So this guitar is 2 semitones lower in frequency than most of my actual guitars.
Wow.
Which make it with it has more like a deeper bass, has something we can say. Well,
Are you going to do a demo on this guitar? I think you're going to have to.
I should.
Because people are going to want to hear it now.
I should. I think I'm gonna make. I should make a video or something.
You should.
Yeah. So, well, probably yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now.
Leo's guitar.
Okay.
And so, this.
So, well, that was the situation with the voicing. I mean, I was able to pick a different top. I make the braces a little bit smaller, so all the frequency dropped down by 2 semitones. And I feel the low end is amazing, super band. I don't know. I'm gonna make a demo.
You're gonna make a demo.
Yeah, it's hard to explain sound. It's gonna be better to make a demo.
This is so beautiful.
Okay, this is the client who led me to display the guitar, and this is a Modified Dreadnaught with a Florentine caraway. It has ebony bridge, German spruce. My typical segmented rosette.
Stunning set of German spruce.
Beautiful.
Stunning set.
Beautiful. All the tiles is Emboina burro, which is a natural color from the wood. And this is
oh wow.
African Blackwood. I like an African Blackwood, like a plain African Blackwood. It looks super dramatic.
Yeah.
Or I like a little bit of softwood, but
I love
super
it.
thin.
Yeah.
I don't like a big chunk of softwood.
I'm with you.
I mean, it's something like just a little bit of softwood, not so much.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So the neck is mahogany, the same like the other one. And I did a 2 tones headstock.
You have such beautiful themes running through. The lines of your guitars are just gorgeous, but you have such a beautiful theme, like the fact you get the sapwood on the headstock and you've got it going through the back, and it just all flows so nicely.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really like this guitar. I did also some position markers too. So both projects were very nice.
I'm always nervous when you are putting guitars back, because you remember we didn't show it, but there was one time when we were doing an interview, and I'm talking to Leo about how beautiful his instruments are, and he turned around and he knocked one, and I caught it literally before he hit the floor. I was like, what?
I think I owe you a free guitar.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it. Well, Leo, it's so cool to you really do make such beautiful instruments. Your craftsmanship is truly exceptional. And I was having a chat with Isaac earlier, and he just said that you are stratospheric.
I'm too flattering. Thank you.
So, we're super proud to be a part of your journey and have you being represented by us in Europe.
And let me say something before we finish. I really would like to thank all the people who support my work. I am very grateful. I have an amazing 2019, and I am expecting an incredible 2020. I have more guitars coming up that I never done before, like a big jumbo 12 strings. There's I have like many good projects to coming up in 2020. I'll be at the Holy Grail Guitar Show in May.
We're going to be there.
We're going to see you there.
We're trying to see if we can get you over to the showroom. We're working on something, maybe.
I'll do my best. I don't want to promise, but I'll do my best. I want to go to the London showroom.
Yeah. It's Hemel Hempstead now. We're just outside London.
I know.
It's near London.
Yeah.
22 minutes by train, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Close enough.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you, people, for supporting my work.
So there you go, 2 amazing instruments from Leo. So for more information on the finest luthier built instruments, then please do subscribe to this channel. For more information on Leo Buendia and his beautiful guitars, don't hesitate to get in touch.